How are you, Allan?
I am good. And yourself, Dave?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just I'm streaming to a whole lot more places. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and one of them I'm streaming to is Pocket Rehab. Yeah.
Okay.
And Pocket Rehab might be thinking, what the hell is all this about? Yeah. So so if you're all right, can I just say, can I just give a little bit of your history?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What would you like to know?
Well, all I want to know is that you're somebody that's in long-term recovery,
Yes.
that's had a problem, and is now trying to like build a business. That's all. And what we're trying to do at Pocket Rehab is break the stigma of addiction,
Yes.
so that people can see that everyone gets impacted by it, and that people can get help for it. So that's all I wanted to say. So it's just
Okay.
in case people in Pocket Rehab kind of go, what? Who are these South Africans that come on? Because I mean, there's like 30,000 Americans that'll be watching this. It'll be in the morning, and they'll think, "Oh my God, what's going on over there in Africa? Where are the lions, man?" Cool.
Yeah.
So where are we? How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. A little stressed out with business at the moment. It's quiet. But I am trying to reach out to various companies to see if I can get any inquiries or see if anybody is interested in what we do. I have mainly hit the fire services market, sent out price lists, and that's what I've been busy with. There are hundreds and hundreds of companies, so it's taken quite a bit of time to email every one of them with price lists, but that's what I've done, or that's what I'm busy with.
All right. So we're talking about sales today.
We can talk about sales today.
Yeah, is that okay? All right. So, what does sales mean to you?
Well, sales means to me basically marketing my product across the board to as many companies as possible, and seeing if anybody will buy it.
Okay. What's the difference between sales and marketing?
Well, I would consider sales to be probably a one-on-one with the owner of or whoever is running a company and trying to sell the product.
Okay, so you have a one-on-one relationship with the owner.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And then marketing speaks to a whole lot of organizations.
Correct.
Yep. Okay, great. All right. So when you sent out your email, who did you speak to?
I haven't spoken to anybody yet. I'm waiting to see if there will be any inquiries. And then the sales pitch will come into it.
All right. So what's that? What's that, like a sales funnel? What do they? The pipeline, the sales pipeline. What's the talk? What's the speak?
Well, in my line of business, it's more the marketing starts off first, and then we see if anybody is interested. If anybody is interested, they will usually get back to us with an order. I mean, they've got, that's how the fire industry works. It's comparing prices with other companies, which we're pretty competitive with. So there's no real worry there.
So if that's the price of your product,
Yes.
where do you fit along that scale?
I would say closer to the bottom.
Down here.
About down there, yes.
Okay. All right. What's the upside of that, and what's the downside of that?
Well, the upside of that is extremely competitive.
Okay.
The downside, I would say the only downside, and I don't even know if it's got anything to do with that, but it's kind of getting our name out there a little bit more. So once again, it's more marketing.
Okay. So we're going back to marketing, but I just want to focus on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that mean you've got an inferior product? Does it mean you can produce a better quality product at a cheaper price, at a more affordable price? What's the, I mean, if we take Checkers, Pick and Pay, and Woolworths,
Yes.
yeah, as brand names, yeah,
Yes.
I expect to pay more at Woolworths.
Sure.
It's just, I got that feeling, I'm going to Woolworths, I'm going to be spending more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's an inferior product. It is a quality product because it is manufactured on the latest machinery in the game. I would say, probably knowing our competition, our overheads definitely are lower than theirs. They do make a, I don't know if it's necessarily better quality, but they make a stronger unit than we do. And they try to sell it to the industry. I personally think it's overkill.
Okay, so your competition are charging more.
Yes.
And your words were, they do make a stronger product.
They do.
Yeah. And you think that that's overkill?
I do.
All right. So justify why I should go for a cheaper product.
Well, my product still has a shelf life, if you want to call it, or a life, almost a life guarantee, 5 to 10 years. I don't know, what more do you want?
All right. So there's a life guarantee, and then this is the cost. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you come in. Does their product last longer?
I couldn't say. Actually, I couldn't tell you if it lasts longer. It's a heavier unit. It's made with thicker material than ours. Whether it lasts longer or not, I couldn't tell you.
All right. What's the price difference?
The price difference, I don't have a price list in front of me from them, but there is quite a big difference. I mean, it's probably 25 or 30%.
30% more. All right. All right. So your product is 70% more affordable.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's a big gap, huh?
That's a massive gap.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to give you. I bought a Datsun Go,
Right.
and I paid it off cash. And I thought, good, stick the foundation stickers on it and market the car, and it's paid for. And here's the CEO driving around in this Datsun Go. I thought, that's a good idea.
Okay.
A few years later, I bought the Porsche, yeah, the Cayenne. And I knew that this was a bad idea. It's a waste of money. It's overpriced. It's like I drove into the clinic. Pius comes running up to me and he says, "Oh my God, David, now I can tell people you're a success." And it gave me a real reflection
Yes.
on price and value and money. And yeah, so if you got the CEO driving around in a cheap car, maybe the treatment's cheap. Yeah.
Okay.
The other side is David's driving around in a posh car. God, he's ripping people off.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah. It makes sense.
I'm just throwing this out for you to kind of think. But your product is 30% cheaper. Yeah. You need to get the market aware of that.
Yes.
Yep. So you can have the one-on-one relationship with the buyer.
Yes. Hence sending out price lists.
Okay. How's that working for you?
Well, I've only just recently started with companies I don't know and I don't think we service. I mean, we do have 200 fire service companies. So we deal with a lot of people. I'm just trying to see if I can still grow that. I don't necessarily. There's only 3 or 4 of us that do this product. So I don't really see the competition as such a threat.
All right. So where are you priced? And at any time, if you want me to delete this video or something, just say so. But where are you priced in comparison to the other competition?
Well, I'm not too sure because one of the companies, and this is word of mouth. I mean, I don't know the company, but one of the companies have cut their costs and brought in an inferior product to try to take the market. The product is made with a very, very thin metal, and once again, I'm not too sure how competitive it is against us. I don't know how well they're doing, but I do see them trying to challenge and possibly grab as much of the market as possible.
Sure. All right. So part of me wants to tell you to go out there and fucking start speaking to people.
Yes.
But that's maybe my ignorance.
Having the time to go out and kind of almost act like a rep, I do not have. I run a big factory here. I'm definitely needed hands-on. Maybe bringing in a rep later is a possibility or something to think about. I suppose there's always options. The funny part about this, and I'm going to bring the Chinese into it, is the Chinese bring in product that is way inferior. People see the price. For some reason, people, they just notice the price and they buy the product. Doesn't matter if the product only lasts a month or so, they will still buy the product. And that's the difficulty for people like me, or
so price is a factor. Yeah, it's not like cocaine.
It's not like cocaine.
Yeah. No. Cheap cocaine is like, fuck, I don't want that. I want to pay top dollar for that stuff that's going to give me a fucking heart attack quickly.
As much as it can be, I'm prepared to pay for. But if it's cheap, no, then it's lower grade. Then I'm wasting my time.
Okay.
Then it's been mixed with all other stuff, all other chemicals or whatever.
It's fascinating that.
It is. It really is. I find it even more fascinating when you manage to get that top dollar. You struggle to put food on your table, but you manage to get the top dollar for that gram.
You know what my son did over the Christmas period? He took this cheap whiskey,
yes,
and he put it in a decanter,
right,
and he just left it on a table, and he offered it to his friends, and his friends go, yes, this is a good whiskey. I know my whiskey.
I've actually seen people do that with wine as well, Dave.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
All right. Okay. So let's take it back to your product, your market, where your product is placed in the market from a price point, what it offers, and the big thing that gets people to buy is price.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, is it a grudge purchase?
No, I wouldn't say.
Okay. So what is the product?
It's fire industry. It's fire cabinets that basically cover fire products such as your extinguishers, your hose reels, and all of the big hoses for the fire hydrants, etc., etc.
So why would people?
It's basically break glass emergency cabinets that hold, if there is a fire, a fire product such as your extinguishers or your hose reels or whatever is needed to put out a fire, whatever is needed for the situation.
Okay, so I coach this guy in the UK. His company is called Fire Door Guardian.
Yes.
And what he does is he inspects fire doors. Yeah.
Okay.
And there was that Grenfell fire disaster where that whole skyscraper caught alight, and the fire doors weren't. And as a result of that, there's been a lot of industry pressure to get the right kind of fire doors in place. Yeah,
makes sense. Mm.
And I'm just wondering, like, if I needed to build a building and I was worried about cost, I wouldn't want to, I'd think, oh, fuck, we got to put this fire stuff in. How can we do it? Yeah. But I also don't want a big lawsuit where, God forbid, something does happen. People come after me.
Yeah. You would come to me.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Well, I make a product according to spec.
Okay.
According to regulation for buildings, malls, big campsites by mining. What else? Yeah, I mean, you know, the guys who make a stronger box for me it really is overkill. It's not according to spec. I don't know why they do it. And
So what is that?
Sorry?
What is that spec?
What is that spec?
Yeah. So my training is ISO 17024 compliant. Yeah.
Yes.
And we've been audited and we have to deliver the training in a certain specification. Yeah.
Yes.
What spec are you bound by?
Well, we're not bound by a spec. It's just industry practice. We make a box that's according to what the industry accepts as a break glass unit. The steel we use, the glass we use, the locks we use, it's all a standard product.
Yeah, but who makes that? Is that like BASF? Is it South African Bureau of Standards? What is? And the reason I'm asking this is because I'm curious about what your sales pitch is. Listen, we're 30% cheaper than these guys. Yeah. So you're going to save 30%, and we're not cowboys coming in and just undercutting the market. God forbid something goes wrong. The reason you want to go with us is because these are our specifications, these are the standards, this is the quality control, this is the...
Well, that would be the sales pitch.
Yeah, okay. So help me with that.
Well, we would basically say it's a market specification. It is a quality product. There are no shortcuts. And what else? Yeah, I just guess saying it's market specification is basically good enough in this industry. They would like to know what dimensions are, what thickness material, what locks are used, what glass is used, etc., etc.
Yeah. Let me take it a bit further. Yeah.
Okay.
What you're trying to build here, yeah, is trust.
Yes.
Yeah. So the owner that's going to be spending the money trusts you and your product.
Yes.
It's all about the relationship.
Absolutely.
That's what you're trying to do.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's all about the relationship.
Okay, tell me more.
In my market, it's competitive pricing. That even comes before the relationship, to be honest. Like I said, there's not a lot of us that do that manufacture what I manufacture, and price seems to be key. So, I mean, I've got companies that I've never ever introduced myself or met, which are regular suppliers, regular customers that buy a lot from me, and that's grown the relationship. I mean, I've had some owners of those companies come and visit us, not often. They're happy with our product and they're happy with our price, and the loyalty seems to be there. So the fire industry is an interesting game.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, relationship-wise, what we've experienced is when there's a certain quantity, are we prepared to drop our price? So that's when owners of these fire companies might want to come visit, negotiate, etc., etc. Otherwise, once they've come to buy from us, and there's big companies and small companies that service buildings, malls, or whatever. It depends on whether they win tenders or get contracts. They don't seem to disappear. They seem to stay with us throughout. I haven't lost a customer that I know of that's bought fire service products from me. And I can promise you I haven't met half of them, half of the owners. They send their guys, they collect, they're happy with price, and off they go. Price and availability.
Okay. All right. So what are you learning here?
I'm learning that I'm learning that I need to definitely do some more marketing. I definitely need to reach out. I can't just rely on who I've got. I do want to increase the business. I'm also learning that we need to stay competitive. We also need to give a customer service, which we really focus on in a big way. Relationships can get better. I'm not saying that it's something that shouldn't be looked at. Relationships definitely can get better. Maybe having somebody out there just visiting customers and just making sure that they are happy, and maybe going to see new customers, there's nothing wrong with that. That's my learning so far today.
Sure.
There's definitely place to grow and avenues to follow.
How are the guys who charge 30% more doing?
I don't know. I mean, it's they know we're out there, so it's quite hush hush. They don't know how we're doing. We don't know how they're doing. We do get customers coming from there because they do quote, and they go looking around a bit. And once they've come to us and we say, "Listen, this is our price," we quite good at keeping the business from our rivals as such. One thing I've noticed, which I really like, is we seem to be very competitive with price. I mean, I have reached out to the export market, which is Zambia, Congo, Tanzania. Haven't gone there just yet, but there are places that we are trying to reach out, neighboring country-wise, and owners and management there have got our prices, and we also seem to be very competitive there compared to what they've bought in the past. They seem to still ship everything from South Africa. So that's also good news. That's very promising.
All right. Where do you want to go from here? We've got another 25 minutes, another 20 minutes.
I think my biggest challenge is trying to keep the rest of the business going. You know, we've got big overheads because it's not just the fire industry. The fire industry, I could do with less staff, not necessarily as big space that I do have, less machinery, and kind of, you know, drop my overheads and create more profit. Unfortunately, that's not the only side of the business. I've got a whole nother manufacturing side which I find very difficult to keep going. It's on customers that come in and want products that we can produce, which haven't necessarily been produced by anybody else, or it's not being produced as well, or it's almost contractual work, one-offs, and you know, the periods are too long in between. I get some little bits here and there, but that definitely doesn't pay. It definitely doesn't pay the bills. So I would say that's my biggest challenge in this company. My father is not interested in cutting down the business to only service the fire industry. So my overheads are extremely high. I've got a lot more staff. I've got a lot more machinery. You know, electricity bills, water bills, all of that is a lot higher than what I would say is necessary. The problem with that is, if I do just decide to do the fire industry, when we get a big contract, you know, it's like gambling. You know, you keep on playing until you hit the jackpot. And I mean, it's exactly like that. You wait for that very big contract, and that very big contract does pay off. So there's a lot of thought that needs to be done around there. I don't know where to go with that. I don't know if we can keep on waiting and produce enough profit within the business. You know, my father wanted to keep, or still does, he's passionate about the chair industry, which was about maybe 10 years ago, possibly 70-80% of the business. The Chinese came in, took over that business, that we went down to 5%. We're probably sitting on 2% now. It's a business that I think there's absolutely no hope for. We can't compete price-wise, and I would have liked to close it down. But he's got this stubborn mentality that no, somehow we will be able to be competitive one day, get the chair business back, and it's just not going to happen. So there's a part of the business, a big part of the business, that just basically sits, takes up space. Machinery sits, just gets old, dusty, absolute waste of time. And if you had to hear me saying this, you'll tell me I'm talking the biggest load of shit.
You see, that's where we started off our coaching, is around the succession planning, around how the industry's changed over 30 years, how he's kind of very stuck in his ways, how you wanted to make changes, yeah, how you started to make those changes, how you started to feel the factory floor and what it was like, working environment. And today we're talking about sales and the marketplace and getting out there. And what you're telling me is that the fire industry side, yeah, is a small part of a big problem.
Correct.
How?
How small or how much of a problem?
No, I said ow, Aina, ouch.
Oh, yes, ouch, yes. Yes, it is. It is, it's problematic.
That's so polite.
Well, thank you. What would you like me to say? It's a fuck up.
No. I don't. I'm just trying to offer you empathy.
Oh,
I'm just trying to be sympathetic to, like, I mean, this was 30 years old.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
And he's got a lot of vested interest in it. Yeah.
Yes.
And he's given you this part to take over. Yeah. And I've lost you, Allan. I don't know if you'll come back. Maybe you'll come back.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Yeah. And this part of the business that you're taking over is in the fire industry, and you're offering a product that's 70%, yeah, of what the top end of the market is. And you need to go and market that, yeah, and then you need to go and sell it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that revenues, yeah, go on.
And what's beautiful about that is it's consistent and it's an essential product. It's not going anywhere. It's not coming, it's not going. Yeah. It's pretty stable. And I like stable.
Okay. So that's safe bet.
Yes.
So in terms of risk, yeah, the risk is low.
The risk is minimal, correct.
Yeah, because everybody needs fire doors and fire hydrants and yeah.
Correct.
This part of the business is a bit of a fuck up.
I would say so, yes. To a point where we are losing money because of that part of the business.
Well, what's happening is this is sustaining this.
Or trying to, rather.
Yeah, but it's not going to be able to.
No,
because,
it's not being...
Because this is only 10%.
Yes.
This is 90%, yeah? And you've only got 2% of the market now.
Well, that's also just a section, Dave, but you get the idea.
Okay. How's your relationship with your mum?
It's getting there. I'm trying to find a lot more patience. I'm trying to be kinder. I'm trying to be more loving, more compassionate, more understanding. Yeah, I'm just trying not to be such a shrewd person that's in leadership. I'm trying to work with her as best as I can.
Okay. Because the reason I ask that is because, you know, there's your dad and there's your mum, yeah?
Yeah.
and the tension in the business has been about your relationship with them both.
Yes.
That's been the hard part.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm not sure how you're going to fix it.
Well, I think I'm slowly but surely fixing it. My father's he's actually sticking to his word this year, and he's taken a step back. He doesn't come to work. If he comes to work, he comes to visit for half an hour or so, maybe once every 2 weeks or once a week, or whenever he feels like it, whenever he feels like getting out and just coming to say hello. So that's really not an issue anymore. I get on very well with him of late. And my mother is getting there. She's getting there slowly but surely. I'm trying to be a lot more patient with her. So with my family, it's not as big a task as what I need to concentrate within the business. So we're getting there. This whole 10%, 90% story is a lot more of a challenge and something that needs to be concentrated on a lot more than me worrying about my family. That's my challenge right there. And the road I have taken is trying to grow the fire industry to kind of be able to sustain the rest of the factory. The 10%, 90% isn't exactly. I have got other sections of the business that, that's just the chair industry that basically covers the 10%. But I've got other manufacturing sectors that do quite a bit more than those percentages. So I would say maybe a 60-40 split.
Okay. So you've got 30% of something else that is viable.
Yes. But then again, it's seasonal. That 60% is very seasonal. So when the big contracts come up, it's absolutely fantastic. But I mean, that's not an everyday practice. And if the big contracts don't come up, we've still got the 60-40 split, where the 40% still has to try to sustain the 60%.
Mate, if it was 60-40, that would be sustainable.
Oh, sorry, I've lost you again. Sorry, Dave.
No, somebody phoned me.
Okay. Is it sustainable?
If it was 60-40, you've at least got 20, like it's just bad, but 40-60 is hard.
Absolutely.
So you've got some thinking to do.
I do. The good news is I have got a big contract coming up in July.
Okay.
Which is going to definitely fill that 60%.
All right, good. Okay, so then it's about time.
It's about time.
Okay. So can you sustain until then?
That's the challenge as well. Hopefully I am going to get into the export market on the fire side. Hopefully I can get more customers and grow the fire side. Maybe I can get more customers for the rest of the factory. Yeah. I need more orders at the end of the day for it to be sustainable.
Okay.
So that's where my work is.
How do people get in touch with you?
How do people get in touch with me? Well, I'm online, and my cell phone is my business phone, so they can get in touch with me basically 12, 14 hours a day. I mean, I do take calls after hours as well.
I'm just trying to put a banner. There we go. Sorry, I should have put that up
at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
It's a pity that banner is missing my cell phone number, which.
Okay. So let me change it for you quickly.
Okay.
What's your cell phone number?
067.
Yeah.
013.
Yeah.
9390.
Yeah. How's that?
Perfect. And our powder coating spec is ISO 9000 or ISO 9002 or whatever it is, which is also standard industry practice. So we don't use foreign powders or anything like that.
So I mean, for me, Allan, I would love to do business with you. You know, you're just someone that I know would deliver on their word. You know, I find you honest, authentic, trustworthy, reliable. Yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, no, listen, we pride ourselves on customer service and reliability. I mean.
Okay. Okay, now here's an ouch.
Okay.
I'm not your fucking market, you idiot.
You not my fucking?
Market.
No, I know. This is true.
How
and
can
yes,
I
ouch.
Ouch, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. How can you get out there?
I think try and find as much companies as possible. See what they do. See if we can be of assistance. I mean, I do have the latest equipment here, which definitely make a difference. Yeah, you know, send a company profile. What else? Things like that.
I don't know. I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not feeling your enthusiasm.
Well, I would love to have somebody out there for me, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen at the moment.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
I get that. I get that. I get. Yeah, that I get.
But I mean, the idea of company, an idea of the company profile, and actually searching through your platforms such as Google and whatnot is probably a good way of doing it. LinkedIn, all these business forum sites, etc., etc. Getting the company out there more, or continuing to get the company out there. What's the word I'm looking for? A renewal, just to keep, just a constant reminder.
Yeah, you want to keep people, I think it's called front of mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're doing this.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So I'll see you same time next week.
Yes, and you can hold me accountable for the marketing of more fire companies. That's what I'm busy with, and hopefully I can give you some good news next week.
All right. How many companies?
Well, sure. I've already done 3 pages. My learnings when I started in the business industry is if I get 1 out of 10, I'm doing well.
Okay. All right. So next week you'll come with a list of 30 companies?
Yes. That sounds like a great idea. You can hold me accountable for 30 companies.
All right, cool. So 5 into 30 is what, 6 a day?
Yes.
All right, 6 a day. Yeah, that's 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Good.
Perfect.
Yep. And what I want is to find out who the man is, who the person is.
Okay.
Yeah. Even better, find out who their PA is.
Okay. We can do that. I'll let you know.
Okay. Much love, mate.
Much love to you, Dave. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. This is helpful.
Always.
Okay, cool. See you later.
Cool.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Ciao, ciao.